Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-market show. How are you doing, Andrew?
Yeah, good afternoon. How's things?
Everything is going well. Today is Friday, 24th of January, and yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day to be alive.
As always. So with myself, I'll before we jump into the news and what you're looking at, I'll quickly show you what I've been up to myself. So okay, so for me, today we took a buy on gold around this level here of 27.82, and yeah, we got into a profit of 30 ticks. So yeah, quite happy with that, and we done that on our wealth chart account. So the good guys at Apex give me a couple of accounts for trying out the system over there. Yeah, and we hit the take profit. Nice. Pretty well, and with our personal Apex account now, a funded account, we're whole $17 in profit. But I'm potentially looking at a sell maybe later on in gold, and I'm very interested to see what copper does on the New York breakout. So you can see here yesterday got the high and low over the first 50 minutes, and we broke out quite nicely, yeah, on copper. So I might be trading that this afternoon. So what about you, Mandela? What are you looking at?
Well, I mean, copper's that's a new addition to the list of assets, and I like it. I'm having a look at mainly S&P today, but first off, having a quick look at Bitcoin. We got that news, so there was some positive news yesterday out of the US. With President Trump finally mentioning crypto. He signed an executive order yesterday affirming that digital assets are important. So not a huge reaction initially, but watching Bitcoin as it kind of remains above 100K. I'll be interested to see how it performs today as we get into that weekend. I know a lot of people trade their crypto over the weekends, so I always like to see how do we react in the lead up to that Saturday Sunday trade. So that's the crypto scene. The other one that I'm looking at, as always, is the S&P. So S&P yesterday, we hit a new all-time high, and I think you called that, Andrew. Yeah, you did. You called it yesterday.
Yeah, we called it on that show. Yeah, we were tethering around that previous all-time high, and it did look, it did look bullish yesterday, the price action, and yeah, we did break through it. So that was a good trade. We took the trade in the S&P yesterday.
It's moved quite nicely, and I think, yeah, I do think that we have an interesting day set up for us today. We could just kind of chill out up here. In other words, not really move too much, not really do too much. But I think it will really depend on any news, any surprises that we do get today. Could really drive us, but yeah, to be at an all-time high in this market is there's a special feeling about all-time highs. It's very difficult to kind of chart the top side because it's very much uncharted waters. You could put some Fibonacci extensions and stuff up there, but there's no real history of price moving through here. So some people call it blue skies. It'd be interesting to see how things move today.
Yeah, so is there any high impact news today that could potentially affect the S&P?
When I checked last, there wasn't much going on. Let's have a quick look and see if anything snuck in there. So we got that news out of Japan last night that we were talking about. They did, in fact, raise interest rates by 0.25% as forecast. And that's is a 17-year high for interest rates. And there's an expectation for them to continue raising interest rates, which should be good for the yen. In terms of what's coming up, we have a PMI in 40 minutes. That's going to hit the wires just under 40 minutes now. And then we also have existing home sales as well. So those are the two main items for the early session in New York. Some consumer sentiment sometimes it's usually underrated, but that can kind of give us a bit of a move as well for S&P. And then we get the CFTC reports. Yeah, more or less that's it for today.
Okay, yeah, so I might get a little bit of movement within the hour, and yeah, things should settle down. So for myself, it's a Capital Preservation Friday, so I'm probably going to stay out of the markets for the rest of the day. Yeah, quite happy with the gold trade I took earlier, and yeah, have had a good week. Passing the challenge with Apex, and we're about $1,000 away from passing the challenge with Wealth Charts. So yeah, it's gonna be a quiet day for myself, and I'll be probably trading now Monday morning next.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think for me, I'll look for some opportunities, see if Trump does come out, if Trump does say anything off the wall, and maybe look for some reactions there. But other than that, capital preservation, as always, on a Friday. We're preserving our capital. That's the name of it.
Yeah, and I would say so far so good for Trump. He hasn't gone full crazy yet. Maybe saving the best for last, right?
It's only been, what is it, 5 days, I think? Or this is the 5th day officially?
Yeah, so so far so good. And I can imagine that desk he signed the papers on hasn't been so busy in 4 years. So yeah, there's lots coming out from the US at the moment. So some interesting times, especially for us traders.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. And I want everybody who is listening to us, please just drop a comment, drop a like, share this video. Let us know what you think. What do you think Trump will be doing? What are your concerns, or maybe your hopes for what Trump does do? I know recently there was some talks about the tariffs, and I think he's isolated Canada and Mexico so far, but it's very much up in the air if he will do anything with China. So it'll be interesting to see.
Potentially the UK as well, 25% tariff on UK goods. Yeah. So that's going to be really hard on the UK if that happens. And the UK pound's not looking great as it is, so that'll be quite bad news. Good news for the dollar, bad news for the pound. So I'll be keeping an eye on that as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he does is the big question. We don't know, and I think the only person that probably knows for sure is Donald Trump. So we'll just have to wait and see. And we have to be, as traders, we have to be flexible, and we have to be ready to adjust as needed.
I wouldn't be surprised if he does do it. He made that promise, to get jobs back into the USA and to make that dollar strong. And I think he's on that mission. So yeah, wouldn't be surprised. But I know people in Canada, I actually work with a Canadian, they're quite fearful if that tariff does happen. So that there might be some concessions along the way. So definitely one to watch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting space. I can't wait to see how it all unfolds, Andrew. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's great, and there's so much more to come. We don't get into a politics show, but it was the Martin Luther King files and the JFK files. He signed for them to be released yesterday as well. So it's going to be interested in the US for sure, and it will have an effect on the markets.
Yeah, I mean, he's really put a lot of time into thinking about what he's going to do, and I feel like this Trump 2.0 is definitely coming out swinging. So interesting to see what comes out of those findings as well, Andrew, as we move forward. One thing I do know is that the markets like it. The markets are liking Trump from election day, got the bump. And then from the inauguration, we've moved even higher into all-time high territory. So does this continue? We'll have to see. I don't think anything's going to change dramatically in the next few weeks, unless Trump does something drastic. So we can definitely see it's from the bottom left to the top right. It just keeps going.
Yeah, and we can't rule it out with Trump. He can be unpredictable, but he does seem a little bit more mature this time around. So
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting times for sure. What about XRP? I don't think it's worth us looking at the chart, but it just seems to be sitting around $3.18, $3.20. And so I'm quite interested in XRP. What it's going to do is it's as if it's just waiting for its moment. Best way to describe it. And I think XRP might get up to $5 in the next couple of months. But that's just a guesstimate for myself. But it just seems to be hovering around this price, just waiting for an announcement or something to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having a look at it now. It does look very much like it's in a holding pattern of some sort. I would like to get PJ, our resident XRP specialist, to come and to give us his thoughts on XRP, because he's been talking about XRP from when it was under, I want to say it was under 25 cents, I believe.
Yeah,
it's something like
2017, I think.
Yeah.
I've changed his name now. It's not PJ, it's Mr. XRPJ. Yeah, so
Mr. XRPJ. I like that. Yeah, we got to get him on. I'm due to speak to him at some point today. So we'll see what he does.
So an XRP special on the weekend at no time is more suitable for PJ. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at it here, it is definitely up. I think it just needs a little boost. Something needs to give it a little boost here, just to get it to that next, like you said, that next, what is it, another 5 years off your retirement? Once we hit $5,
that's another 2 years.
Right. Okay.
So every dollar's a year off retirement. So let's go.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's good. It's looking good. Like we got some of these knocking on the door, and then we were looking here. This would have been beginning of January. We got a nice move higher, and it's sitting up here nicely. It doesn't look like it's struggling. It looks like it's chilling.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just consolidating, just taking it easy, and it's waiting for this next big move. So hopefully we can see that in the next few weeks. So I'm going to start getting myself ready for copper.
Yeah, of course.
I'm probably not going to trade, but if we do get an opportunity, or if we get a nice break above the New York VWAP, I might take that position. But at the moment, it's looking a short position on copper. But as we know in trading, that can change pretty quickly.
Yeah, you have to. It keeps you on your toes. That's one of the reasons I don't trade copper, is because I haven't been able to figure it out yet. But I'll follow your lead, and hopefully we'll hear about it on Monday when we come back on Monday for the show.
Excellent. Okay, I will catch up with you on Monday morning.
Sounds good. Thank you. And have a great trading day, everybody. Remember, capital preservation is key. Let's not give back any profits gained this week unnecessarily. And have a joyous weekend, each and every one of you.
Yeah, thanks all.
Take care.
Today's show is sponsored by the